moments where small changes have lasting ripples. This week, I want to talk about how to be a friend to yourself and why that's important. In this first episode, we're going to talk about the inner voice. Okay, so when I say voice, I'm not talking about the voices in your head, the kind that needs maybe medication to get rid of. What I am talking about is the inner voice of ourself. I always describe it as like a ticker tape at the bottom of a video on a news program where it's just running about all the day's events. That's kind of what our voice does. It can be the planning one, like, oh, don't forget to get milk. Oh my gosh, did I hit record before I started this video? Oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh goodness, what time is it? That's the kind of inner voice that's just going on and on and on. It's sometimes planning voice. It's sometimes don't forget voice. It's just, and sometimes it's like, hey, look at that, cheese. It's random voice. But what I want to talk about is a couple of those voices. Oftentimes I've heard of inner critic as being a negative thing. Okay, I'm going to define inner constructive critic. To criticize is to evaluate. And so when we criticize ourselves, I don't necessarily mean like, no. I mean to be critical in our evaluation process. So constructive criticism may sound like, okay, say I'm typing and I spell the T-E-H. And the voice in my head pops up and goes, Randy, you made a mistake. See the little red wiggly squigglies? You need to go back and fix that. And in fact, you've been making that mistake quite often. I'm wondering if that's becoming habitual. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I need to work on that so I do not continually make that same mistake. Okay, the constructive critic doing its job. Okay, so a constructive critical voice in our head is meant to catch mistakes and improve on those mistakes, or catch issues and improve on those issues. And that's a good thing, when it's like we're making mistakes and we need to correct that. So constructive critical voice is not necessarily a negative thing. It is a constant evaluative process. Okay, it can cross the line. And when we cross that line, we turn from a constructive critic to just mean. Okay, and I'll call that the inner bully. When we're doing it to self, it's an inner bully. Now to bully. Bully means to coerce, to intimidate, or to do harm. So when we say things to ourselves like, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm an idiot. Wow, that is, we might think on the surface that the purpose of doing that is to help us improve a situation. It isn't. It's just flat being mean. It is to do harm, to coerce, or to intimidate. We're trying to bully ourselves into doing something. Never works. Never has worked. But we do it. And if we do it once in a while, no big deal. But if we find ourselves doing it continually, that is a problem. We say things like, well, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm an idiot, I'm fat, I'm a failure, I'm useless, I'm a lazy, no good dad burn. All of these are examples of the inner bully at work. And we think that the inner bully is to help us to improve or change or do any of that. Remember, the goal of a bully is to coerce and to intimidate. So we're just simply trying to intimidate ourselves. In fact, if you had a friend who made a mistake and was making this mistake, would you tell your friend, oh, you're just dumb, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you just keep making that same mistake over and over again because you're dumb? Of course not. If you do, you're not going to have many friends. Just saying. Otherwise, most people would be like, that's not helpful or useful. And so why do we think it's helpful and useful to do it to ourselves? It isn't. Okay? So, and stop. Take a time out and stop yourself if you're thinking, oh no, I say these things to make myself do better. No, you do these things to intimidate, to do harm, and to coerce. Coercing somebody into changing is not particularly useful. So, looking at your own ways that you speak to yourself, are you doing so in a critical way that leads to change, or have you crossed the line and just stepped into bullying? Okay, and if you'd like to learn more about how to be a friend to yourself, check out my course on how to be a friend to yourself at morejoyfullife.com. And stay tuned for the next episode on being a friend to yourself. Thank you.